all you hear. They kill you once, just once. You're gonna hear the biggest shit talk of your life. Oh, you're garbage. Oh, you're too easy. To the checkpoint. Easy manhunt.
Hit square, right? Respawn,
Get
bitch.
wrecked. They called you a bitch for being on the floor.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
Here we go. Hey, y'all, welcome to the Initializing Games Podcast - DIV TALKS. I'm your co-host, IGY6 Games, with our other co-host, Anubis.
What's up, guys?
And with our special guest today, Mayhem.
What up? What's good, people? What's happening?
That's Mayhem there. This dude plays the shit out of TD2. We have the perfect first guest to start off this podcast with, since it's DIV Talks. So, let's start off with the state. No. Let's go title update 12 and our thoughts with what they so-called are going to improve, with the additional exotics coming in, the additional gear set, brand set, optimization station, inventory space at 150, and all that jazz. Let's kick it off.
All right, man.
Where do we begin?
Let's start off with the whole recalibrating and also the optimization table as well.
Okay.
There's been a lot of questions going around if it's going to affect the recalibrating or not. I don't know. Right. Maybe if you played Division 1, maybe you actually have the experience of it. So I don't know about you guys, but we can throw out some thoughts right now because we don't have an idea until tomorrow.
This is being recorded the day before the next state of game, and today is November 10th. So the state of game will play November 11th, and we get further details into title update 12 and maybe a fucking tease finally to Operation Nightmare.
Ooh.
That is true.
Well, I guess we got to be realistic of where we're heading with this game, and that's end of life. We got to be realistic with that.
Shit, I mean, I've been there.
11.1, 12. It put us in a position where you don't really have to play the game outside of getting materials. You can go to Summit. You can set your difficulty, set your gear. Outside of that, now, let's be true. They did fumble it the way it was presented to us and the way it actually came out. They did kind of fumble the ball. Loot barely drops, and if it is dropping right now, it's dropping with some terrible rolls.
Yeah.
Weapon handling and headshot damage is maxed out, but everything else, 4.8 weapon damage.
It's like they know the attributes.
Skill damage. So you still get a rainbow with one high stat. It's getting out of control.
Yeah.
So now we add the recal station in, and if you're like me, you got a stash full of gear. You put it on your build now. Your builds are complete.
Right.
Now, most of us are holding on for something extremely silly where it's 14.8 weapon damage, 5.8 crit hit chance, 11.8 crit hit damage. Like, that's not God roll. True indeed, you're not going to get much stronger than that unless, you just want to see it God roll.
Right. Optimized.
Even though 0.2% weapon damage isn't going to, it's not, one bullet isn't going to be a little bit stronger. But just looking at your gear, you want to see it God roll.
Yeah. You want to see that meter all the way up and all attributes.
I have 3 or 4 builds now with this coming in that are just completely God rolled. Moving something from 9.4 headshot damage to 10.
Right.
Moving something from 11.7 crit hit damage to 12. And now I'm maxed out on everything. And that's like 3 or 4 builds. So now what do you do? I mean, you got to be right now.
Operation Nightmare.
The big reason I'm playing this game is because I'm coming up with builds in my head like, let's see what this does.
Right.
Most people aren't doing that. Most people have a DPS build and they go on about their day.
Right.
I'm inventing builds, and that's what keeps me playing.
Right.
Oh wow. Okay. So for example, we did a skill build, but try to find it with max crit hit chance, crit hit damage on every piece. So you got a 6-tier skier or a 6-tier skill build, but everything is crit hit chance, crit hit damage.
Right.
You're just subtracting the weapon damage.
Yep.
This thing hits extremely hard.
I bet
especially when you're throwing combined arms and in sync in with it.
Yeah.
If your skills are on cooldown, your weapon still hits hard because it's still critting.
Yeah, you still got the procs.
But then you put your drone or your turret or whatever else out, that thing is melting people. It's over. But it's those types of hybrid builds where I'm like, we're coming up with to keep playing, because outside of that, people keep saying there's no content. I think I was watching something from Gamey Daddy yesterday, and he was making a video about content. I think where he got confused is that people aren't saying there isn't content. There's just no new content.
Exactly.
There's nothing
Worn
replayable.
The fuck out. Those treads on those tires are fucking. It's at the rim. God damn it.
Yeah. Don't hit a wet patch or anything where you have no traction, because it's
right.
over.
Right.
But you've run one specific mission 100 times, 200 times, just trying to get one thing out of it.
Right.
So you're burned on that mission.
Every fucking open world mission.
That's it. So now I mean, you get bored doing control points, so you want to do something different.
Right.
Summit, let's just call it what it is, man. It's a boring box. It's
Underground 2.0
box. Right. And
hashtag.
you're stuck in there. They
hashtag
gave
no
you
windows.
Everything, but you don't want to use it.
No windows.
I know a lot of people still going there. I can't stomach it. Like once I was done with it, like I'm not going back in there. They put all of those eggs in that one basket. Whoever they convince, saying, look, we're going to bring players back. We're going to get people playing again. We're going to give them replayability. Here it is. Give us the money to develop Summit. And it failed miserably. It failed. And it failed starting at the PTS. People were telling them at the PTS, this is no good. Then they still put it out in production. People really screamed it was no good, because people that don't have the PTS, like myself, was like, this is horrible. This thing is boring. It's drab. There's no light to it. It's dull. Oh, what else you got? Okay, well, we'll let you choose your difficulty, and we'll let you choose your gear. Okay, well, that's promising, but most people are going to put it on legendary. You want the highest content because you want the highest drops.
Right.
One, it becomes very boring because legendary is strictly white touch. It would have been better if you could put it on legendary and still get different factions. That would have made it a little bit more entertaining.
A little bit, though.
Granted, the look of it is still, it's just so drab. It's just so dark. It's certain corners you go into, you can't see anything but your little glowing backpack. Like it just wasn't implemented well. You didn't put windows in there. I don't even have to say anything. The world knows you didn't put windows in. It doesn't look like a building. So you give us this loot. We go in, start at legendary, floor 1. We're dealing with white tusk. Okay, that's 100 floors of white tusk. That's immediately boring.
Yep.
Then loot's not dropping.
Right.
That's not even talking about targeted loot, just loot in general.
Right. The drop rate. Dropping. Yeah.
And let's not forget also the purples. They still will drop regardless.
Yeah. Hopefully in this conversation, we're definitely going to get to that, because there has been evidence, although I can't say it's been truly proven, that they are a copy-paste company.
Yeah.
Where things we were dealing with in season 1 and they supposedly took care of it, we're in season 3 going into season 4 and we're still dealing with season 1 issues. Like that's not good.
Right.
That right there isn't good. And we'll get to the coding. But let's stick on the gear and the loot, or the game. Going into 12, now you add a recalibration station. It's end of game, and people, if you look at Division 1 and what the pattern was with Division 1, year 3, you had the recal station. There really wasn't a need to farm. So now you got all the loot that you want. What do? That becomes the question. Run legendaries, run summit, run the raid if you got a good group. Like what you guys are doing on Discord, man. I told you, I take my hat off to you. I applaud you because it's phenomenal that your group saying, hey, we're here to help the community. Not just our friends, not just a few people, but you're helping the entire community who never had an opportunity to do most of this stuff.
Right.
A lot of people didn't have the opportunity to raid. And
with
they
no
got discouraged.
matchmaking.
Yeah, no matchmaking. They got discouraged. Like, why play the game?
Right.
The hardest content, the best weapons come behind this thing, and I don't have 8 people to play with.
Right.
Stop playing.
Exactly.
I mean, we can talk. Every move they've made has been to dwindle their own numbers. You didn't do anything to promote solo players. And
not really.
75 to 80% of this game, believe it or not, is solo play. Now,
Pretty much.
Yeah,
I can't play it solo.
I hate matchmaking. Me, myself, I won't do it. I'll play it solo. Just because you never know what type of person you're going to get to run with you.
You never know what you're going to get.
I've heard all types of nightmare stories. Oh, man, I was matchmaking on Legendary. This guy just kept running forward. We had to keep picking him up. Like, see, I can't. I get frustrated with that. Like, come on.
Right.
Let's not forget.
Play with people that know how to play.
Let's not forget about the trolls in Legendary. There are trolls in Legendary.
Yes.
They'll join on you. They'll get you they'll get you like close to, let's say, almost at the end, and they will kick you out of the group.
Oh,
you haven't heard? Oh man, there's tons of stories of that. And people are usually baffled, like, why'd they kick me out? Well, they kicked you out because they were bringing in room for their friend.
Right.
Whatever the case may be, it's not about. You're just there to get us a body to this part of it.
That's
after that. Oh yeah, you need the bighorn. We got the checkpoint. Come on in. Start bringing friends in. So, like you said, there's trolls all over this game. This is it's sad, but in certain aspects, this is a very toxic game. I went to the DZ this morning. Like some friends, some clanmates invited me into the DZ. Before I even showed up in the door, my joysticks just started rumbling. Boom, 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 boom. As soon as I logged in, it was 12 rogues in front of the door. Like, what? What is this?
Farming
like,
checkpoint.
Yeah, like,
wow.
I don't even know if they were grouped up rogues. I just think it was everybody went rogue just for the hell of it. Like,
okay.
Like, I'm not stepping out there, but I went out and I didn't die until some work hit me up. But you just see how toxic certain things can be in this game, where people are discouraged to do certain activities. It's not
with that
good.
DZ that you're talking about with the 12 that you saw right there at the checkpoint, back in TD1 when we had the servers at 24, not everybody, I mean, sometimes you there's a chance that you can gather everybody and do that, but there's going to be people doing their own thing. With 12, it's so easy when you see one group constantly going rogue, they get their manhunt, you get another squad in to fight them, and then next thing you know, that third squad in there, they're just like, fuck it, let's just go ham. And so all three groups are just fighting each other in the DZ instead of anything else.
Yeah, it's
just bored.
Funny. Yeah, I mean,
what else is there
to do? What else is there to do? Because right now your loot is trash.
Yeah. Back to 12, title update 12. What do you think, though? You love to experiment with your builds. What about the new exotics? Are you excited for that? New brand set and a new gear set.
The exotics become a carrot for us to keep facing.
Yeah, it is.
Because half the exotics are trash.
Yep.
Like, what is
as soon as you get it, it's like, man, what the fuck I do this for?
What's a merciless?
Literally right. It's a collector's item. You know what I mean? Like, I just
exactly
want
for the wall.
Looks complete.
Yep.
And I put a bighorn together today, or put it with a 3-piece striker just to see if I can keep it just stable.
Yeah.
It's just not a good gun.
Right.
It's not a good gun. When you're action pack, you're trying to switch to the rifle, which is your powerful part of it. You're melted because you got to stick your head up just to aim it. Boom, shot, headshot, red, just killed you with one shot.
Now, would that bighorn build be more viable for PC players? Because I think TD2 has a big fucking difference with consoles and PCs.
100%. And anybody watching this, I do want to get this message out. You see these builds and you see these guys running these builds and you're thinking that is awesome. But there's a huge difference between PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. And the worst part is I even think there's a difference between the Xbox and PlayStation in regards to how a gun handles. You see these guys with huge shield builds, pull out my Liberty. The Liberty is my favorite one. I can't use the Liberty on the PlayStation. But the recoil on it is ridiculous. Like, it's not just the gun bouncing, but our aim thing, you know, our cursor, it's all over the place. That bounces too. Like, I can't use this. I can't do anything with it.
And then you check a PC guy.
Right. I mean, they're just boom, 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 boom.
Laser.
The gun is bouncing, but their aim sight is right focused. Ours doesn't do that. At least PlayStation 4 does not do that.
Recoil is up there
LMGs.
With that cursor.
I can't use LMGs. Those things sway and move. Even when I'm stacking the stability just to try to get it, it still sways, still moves, and I got to fight that to control it. But I'm watching other people just run it. Like, the LMG, the square, you know, it doesn't even open up on PC. That thing stays shut like a dot. Like, oh, that's beautiful. It doesn't work that way for PlayStation players. It just doesn't.
Let's just be real. Like, even not too long ago in Twitter, when Massive, the entertainment entirely, they put out a message saying, congratulations, you know, for Xbox and PlayStation. You know, we can't wait, this and that, but actually, no, I'm sorry. Let me fix that. They put out a tweet that was saying congratulations to this several platforms, but they did not mention the consoles. And some person came at the bottom and wrote, "Oh, you guys are so excited to release this stuff, but you forgot all about your console players. Like, what the hell do you guys think? You can't even fix a game, and you want to say congratulations? Can't wait for future projects that we have.
Right?
Like, let's be real. Let's be real. Division in consoles, it's not the same as PC. We already, and especially, I know Iggy and I, we experienced it when we did the PTS.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's different.
Oh yeah.
The graphics are different, the feeling is different, the movement, everything. You get on a console, you can see and you can feel the lack. Lack of what you don't have. And I get it. It's all about based on hardware, that what you have on your PC versus the one you have on your console.
Right.
But like, we're going back to that topic with the weapons, you know, like how the stability, like how they don't have recoil. To be honest, if you try to make even a anti-recoil build in Division, you still gonna feel it, because it's first of all, you're lacking on a better attribute to keep your weapon stability, and the stability ain't gonna help you at all. It's just gonna make you not move. It's going to increase your accuracy. That means your damage is still gonna hit harder from a distance, but that's about it.
Right.
Yeah.
It does. You're losing on crit. So I don't know what it is. Massive needs to, like, seriously, they need to do something, not just for PC, but for all their platforms, and especially now when they're talking about how they're thinking about the whole cross-playing thing. You imagine?
No. Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No
way. That's a really good point.
You think console players are gonna have any chance versus PC players?
Nope.
No.
Not a shot.
They'll have better connectivity. They'll have better aim, and on top of that, they have no recoil. We stand no chance at all.
Yeah. At all. I mean, it's right now. It's people accuse. Oh, you're using the keyboard and mouse. You're getting accused of that on console.
Oh, wait.
Like, oh yeah. I mean, people get upset about the simplest little things, but that to them, there's an advantage of between keyboard and mouse and controlling it, and using a controller. Is there a huge I mean, there's obviously a huge difference between PC, Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and consoles.
Right.
But is there a difference between keyboard on console compared to your controller? I don't know. I mean, it's still gonna bounce. It's still gonna move. You might not have to do the trigger or pull the trigger like I do, but you're still going to have the same effects I have. So I don't know how much of it. Yeah, your movement is going to be different because you can just sway and wiggle your mouse more than I can wiggle my thumb. Everything gives you a little bit of a different feel to it. I don't know if they're even testing it. If you're coming out on these 3 platforms, you should have a tester for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation all sitting next to each other, and then they can communicate because they're like, the PC guy is sitting there like, oh, this thing is phenomenal, while PlayStation is, hey, I'm having this issue.
We're missing this.
And then they can communicate it and try to balance it out, because crossplay is just not going to work in this type of game because it's literally 2 to 3 different games that you're getting.
Exactly. I have one last thing with the title update 12. They are doing more things to grind for in the summit. Does that give you any more incentive? Go back?
No.
Exactly.
People will do the same thing they did with Ridgeway.
Get the weekly
They'll
project,
go in, do what they have to do, get
their
the
gear.
exotic, and they're out of there.
Exactly.
And I
30
want to
hours for a badge. 30 hours
30
in
hours.
one place.
Yo,
I mean, people already came up with, it's like, I'm just going to tie a rubber band
no,
around
damn,
my
I was going to grab my control.
Just go to bed. And just
I did that on Division 1 for that stupid combination.
30 hours in there. That's crazy. I mean, that's what I mean, where you can
5.
see they invested so much into this, and it's a drastic, it's a fail. It's a huge fail. And I feel bad for them because, yes, you guys put in a lot of work into this. But
they do, man.
You're not listening
with
to
COVID
the
and
people
everything
that you have to satisfy. Now, you can't satisfy everybody.
Nah.
But
if you're trying to satisfy everybody, you're
99.9% tell you put windows in the building. Maybe you should listen and put windows. That's, everybody's got the same complaint on how it looks.
Yeah.
Small details count. Small details.
And they're
If
good
you
at
don't,
that.
Yeah, they make like right now. I'm on their Twitter page and I'm looking at that trailer they have pinned on about Warlords. It's a nice trailer. You look at it, you're like, man,
they suck you in, baby.
You're like, oh man, this looks very promising. But when you go in the game, it's nothing like that. When have you seen? Sorry that I'm going off a little bit off the topic, but it's true. There's small details they don't put in their game, but they put it on a trailer.
Right.
Like for example, all these rogues, why the hell they're all separated? Why don't you do something that they end up like joining, making a squad? You get a squad. Why can't they have a squad?
Now, does that start digging into Division 3?
Maybe.
Let's save that for the cap.
Yeah, this is a big if. Will there be a Division 3? But I'm sure there's a segment we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get
Let's
to that.
The T12.
Yeah, with the summit. So I wanna say something about the summit that's kind of funny because it happened to me yesterday and a couple of days ago. I have a couple that said, man, I can't do the summit. Can you help me? And I'm like, how can I help you? I know you have it because you already beat it. Can you help me farm for it and drop it for me? Because I just don't want to go in there. And that's to be honest, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier for somebody to go ahead. You go to Chess Piece and just get it. Get it for them. Drop it. They can still get the blueprint to recalibrate. That's it.
Yep.
That's it. They don't have to go into the summit. They don't have to do the whole donation, the hunters and whatnot, legendary.
You skip all those projects.
It saves you a headache. You go in the summit, and then instead of going up a building, they should have made a building going down. It has no windows.
Right.
It's not completed.
Ooh.
No windows.
Fucking Resident Evil shit.
They should have. Yeah,
bunker. There you go.
Go down.
That would have been perfect. We would have loved it.
Yeah, you can literally just change the title right now. The summit just bunker.
And Boom, put the president, put somebody at the end, the hunters, leave us a clue. You know, like you said, there's a beautiful
storyline.
There's a beautiful opportunity where you could have put Faye Lau into that, where we get to, you know, depth 100 instead of floor 100.
Yeah.
We beat the hunters, and we're left with a clue that we just missed her. Like, she just got out of there.
Little tease.
That small little thing would have changed everything, and people would be happy with it instead of saying, yeah, it's a summit, it's a tower. One, we never see the tower. We don't know what's going on with this tower. Where's the tower?
Yeah.
The only time you notice it's a tower when it's over and you got to shoot a flare up. And even then, people have looked over the edge like, that's floor one right there. We're just floating in the cloud. Call it bunker. We just missed Faye Lau. Done. We would have been happy with that. But
storyline made it entertaining. Like, if you would have put windows, I've been saying this for a while. If you put windows, and let's just say you clear the room, and before you're about to leave the room, you get this unexpected hostile fucking shooting you throughout the window in a helicopters. If you're doing legendary, they shoot you through a helicopter because they have them. The White Sox have helicopters,
right?
And they start
drop
shooting
them off
you.
In Blackhawks.
They start shooting you through the freaking windows with a fucking Gatling gun. You know,
that Matrix type look and feel when they were going to rescue Morpheus. That, I swear, that's a perfect idea where you would have felt like you were going up a building and there was an actual threat.
Yeah,
I loved that idea when you first said it. Like, yo, that makes perfect sense. It would have felt like something. That would have felt like a boss. Okay, couple guys are rushing in. You got the Gatling gun. You put one of them down, there's a rocket. Boom, you damage the helicopter. Either the helicopter goes off and you don't know what other floor it's going to show up in, or you got to damage it a couple times like a boss. It would have made it feel good. Mm-hmm. Just throwing some enemies in a square room, over the same room over and over, it truly kills it. So now you're coming up with TU12, and this is what I mean, where they put all their eggs in one basket. We're, again, since the last update, getting forced or pushed in that summit direction. They got to justify it some way of, all right, we gave you this much money to make this mode. Why is it not successful? Oh, we can make it successful. How do you make it successful? Give the people everything they wanted, as long as you go into the summit.
Right.
We'll give you a recal, but you got to go in the summit. We'll give you accommodation, but you got to go in the summit. We'll finally start pushing some targeted loot every third floor, but you got to go in the summit. They are trying to erase the entire game and just put it all on the summit.
All right. Because with the summit, but we are teased that title update 12, along with Operation Nightmare, we get Kenley College again.
Oh,
do you think we can have Kenley College replayability? Do you think there's any replayability with Kenley College, no matter what they do?
Judgment because I got to see what it is. And here's one simple thing they could have done to Kenley College.
Oh, I got one too.
To make it worthwhile. Don't segregate it the way you did. Just make it, you got to go clear this building. Yeah, there's little tasks you got to do in there, but not go do the task, come back to the Echo. Go do the task, come back to the Echo. These things need to be accomplished before you do the building, and then the whole area, merge it together.
Ooh, yeah.
Hey, there should have been people in the front lawn that we had to fight.
Yeah.
It was just a deserted area.
Yeah.
In this building, like, what?
They're just chilling in the buildings waiting for us.
Yeah, they're just hanging
no ambush out on the lawn, in the quad.
Yeah, something where it could have been better. So now what is Nightmare 1? It's limited. So we can't get too used to it because they said it's only a limited event, meaning that's another thing they could have done with Kenley. Open it up. Why are you holding
rotating
it once every other week? What?
It's crazy.
We're gonna give you some new content, but we're gonna pace you on how much you play it.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Stop setting all these rules and these barriers up to your game and having us jump from one hoop to another. Just leave it open. People will go play it because they want to see something else. Have some targeted loot there where people will want to go. Oh, look, Kenley College has Providence. I'm going to Kenley College.
Yeah, but Kenley College is like, I think it's for a couple days and they take it off. And
it's a week.
Yeah, they take it off and then
2 to 3 weeks, back a week.
I don't get it.
Like as soon as you join, it's Pilot Kenley College has pilot.
Oh, right.
Kenley
The
College is
Isaac.
open. Go to the pilot.
Yeah.
Like that's how you know it's
Yeah.
open. Like, oh,
Exactly.
God, here we go with
But-
Kenley College this week. Now I got to hear this every time I go to the White House. That Agent Kelly College is open. Go to the pilot. Look, leave it open. Put some targeted loot on each building. So you got 3
Ooh,
separate
there you go.
pieces there. Since we got to treat it as 3 separate missions, give us 3 pieces of loot. There's more than enough loot that you can put it on every little thing now because you've added green loot to the loot pool of selecting where you want to go play. There's a prime opportunity to have that wide open. Add some more legendary. How is Manning Zoo and Tidal Basin not legendary yet? How
Yes.
Like
Tidal
all right,
Basin,
you
come
experimented
on.
with the 3, people loved it. Manning Zoo, I hate Manning Zoo because the mission's long as hell, but would love it. The length of it as a legendary, that would be remarkable. That would be fun. Like, yeah, ooh, Manning Zoo.
But quote, let's quote it right there. Manning Zoo, legendary, but no white tusk. You have to put the outcast in like the most elite version there is.
Yeah.
If okay, let's say we already took out the outcast leader already. She's gone. She's dead. And
Right.
what's her name? Emily Shaw, was it?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was her. But she's gone. But somebody else took over, and these outcasts are like a lot more aggressive. Since now, let's be realistic. They're gonna put out that new directive in Rager, whatever.
Yeah.
Then use it. Make all the outcasts look different a little bit.
Right.
Make them stronger. Make them,
Great idea.
a little bit more techy. Not much, just a little bit.
Yeah.
And people will go in there and be like, wait a minute. I'm so used to playing with the outcast being the same thing, same mechanics. They do the same stuff, say the same stuff. And it doesn't, right now you do that, it doesn't feel the same anymore because you already know where they're going to spawn. You already know what they're going to do. And let's be honest, it's lazy work, a little lazy work that, you have all the NPCs look alike.
Right.
All the NPCs look alike.
Yeah.
Even all the whatchamacallit, even like all the the corpse, those corpse that you found on the floor that they put as like just for detailing.
Yeah.
You look at them, they're the same exact one you saw on the right corner right there, just laying down. You look to your left, and it's the same guy. Just the only thing they did was just move him a little bit to the side, or maybe oh wait, we gotta flip him over, and just that they won't realize that. Of course, we're gonna realize it when you're searching for those like oh my god, the comms. You're looking for artifacts and all that stuff, and we'll get back to the artifacts because that's another thing I got kind of bothered about. You pick up all this stuff for what?
Agreed. Yeah.
For what?
Yeah. I never go
what?
back and replay the recordings.
But the recordings have a story. But we'll get back to that in another time because right now we're still talking about the summit.
Right.
Trying to figure out. We're trying to just throw out a little ideas there for Massive before they go all out and be like, no, guys, that's not good. How about we do this? What we're really good at? Nerf.
Yeah,
that's all we're good at. We're okay. All right, guys.
It's not balancing. It's just bringing one thing down.
Standard controller. Oh yeah, you can leave that alone. Oh, PC. Oh, mouse, keyboard. Yeah, let's we'll do something. Let's doesn't work. Okay, we'll just disable it. Doesn't work. But then you got the smarter guys. They'll be like, all right, I can't play this game with a keyboard because you need something else. Oh, we can get the Cronus. Can I plug that thing in?
TD1.
Boom, done. Yeah. Or in my case, I got my modified controller.
Check that bitch out.
It's my modified controller.
Backside.
Modified controller.
Let me see that ass. Oh,
it doesn't do anything to mess up in the game. All it does, for example, this button right here, that's my X button right here. This button over here can be my triangle. It just
push weapon.
It doesn't want me to let go of my fingers in the game.
Right.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing it does. what versus somebody that has the Zen Max or the Corona Zen, whatever you want to call those things.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care what they're called. Those things, you plug it in, they don't like you can try to shoot the guy in the freaking chest and it'll hit him in the head.
Yeah.
Oh,
No recoil.
okay.
No recoil.
Yeah, you
No,
got
straight
a
to the
laser
head.
beam.
Or you got the guys that will auto lock on you, even though we have assist aim in the game, but they'll auto lock you in the head.
Yeah.
What more like if you haven't seen it or you haven't experienced, you had to play with one player that has it. Just become his friend for one day. Just see and like, hey man, can I hang out with you? I want to, I want to just chill. You hang out with him, and every single time you're watching him play, you'll see a headshot, or you'll see something different. Because you'll see something different, and I've seen it. I witnessed it. I don't post. I don't complain about it because it's not my problem. Because I'm not the owner in the game, and they're gonna be like, who's this guy? But yeah, if we get to the next topic that about how the gaming community is nowadays, it's full of cheaters.
Yeah.
Nobody likes to play legit anymore.
Nobody. I want to
Nobody.
touch on what you mentioned though, because I just thought about like when you said make them a little more techie. Yesterday or the day before, I went into the summit, floor 90, and ran into Black Tusk, and they were shooting flames out their guns. Now, I'm not the first person that's seen this. There's videos of it, but it made me think when you said that of Outkast with the new what is it? I'm blanking. The new directive.
Oh,
Rager.
Right.
Rager.
So you take her and you take the leader out, if it is Emily Shaw, but I believe it is, but you take her out. Now they're fighting, there's internal fighting, there's a civil war of who is going to be the boss, who's going to be the new leader of Outkast. And like you said, make them a little more techy. You can literally put dogs in there where they shoot flames off of there. Instead of like the turret, it's like
upgrade the tech itself.
It's already in the game, obviously.
Yeah.
It's obviously already in the game. If I'm seeing Black Tusk shoot flame from their guns, but imagine like a Lucy, instead of bullets going around, they've hijacked her, and now she's shooting flames in that 360 degree.
Hell
you can change it up. That small little change can change everything.
Yeah.
Legendary level, that would be phenomenal.
Amy's that jam the agents.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I mean, there are so many little things they can do that don't cost a lot of manpower, and it's just a quick little change.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're going to get it because I truly think we're at end of life. I don't know. I saved the video and I was going to send it to you, but for some reason I can't post to like Discord, promote your stuff. But
we don't have the server space for some shit.
Yeah, it's the guy's name is Dadu, and he does YouTube videos. And I like him because he gets right to the point with his videos. He doesn't do this 20-minute long video trying to get commercials and sponsors. He does a 3-minute video, says what he has to say about the news of the division, and then out. That's it. So, but he put out a video yesterday, and the financial report of Ubisoft has been released.
Okay.
And even with COVID, they made astronomical amounts of money, like 600 million in profit.
Even
Division was responsible for $11 million. That's a huge loss. To them, I mean, the game costs anywhere from 100 to 150 million to make, and the profit you got off of it in 2020 is 11 million.
With COVID, where everybody's at home fucking gaming.
Right, and they talk about some of their other titles where they made a killing. Ubisoft made money, but this particular and some other ones. Now, and he pointed it out when you have investors of how you announce the money. You don't say, oh yeah, we had a loss, but you said, oh yeah, it did double-digit, refunds. We saw double-digit returns. So to them, oh yeah, double-digit is good. Nah, it's bad. That's extremely bad. Now to us, $11 million is a whole lot of money. I don't have 11 million.
Don't sound good for a big ass Ubisoft.
For 2020 and 2019, I'm very happy. But for a gaming system where I spent 150 million, that hurts.
That's a big hurt.
This is actually documented and put out. He screenshotted the documents. So that makes you beg the question of what can they do and what are they now allowed to do with this game? and we're getting just minimal update. They're not
feel
fixing
like
anything.
I
So
feel like
they don't.
they're closing the game out itself.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there was already rumors of them no longer supporting Division after
right.
2021 if they didn't get the numbers back up. By first quarter 2021, they're going to stop supporting it.
Right.
You'll still be able to play it. You'll still have some servers out. But as in updates and patches, and we're changing this,
they can always have patches.
You're not going to get it. You're not going to. It's coming to a close just because people were upset. And we can go way back to the ban issue being upset, no content, the loot terrible, everything that people have said about this game. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm not Mr. Negative Nancy. I play the game every day. Like you said, I play a lot. Would I be playing this much if I wasn't stuck at home from COVID? Probably not. You know, I got a family, I got kids, I got a wife.
But that makes the point of how they didn't make any fucking money when people were stuck at home.
At home playing the game. Now you can blame that on other options. You can blame it on Destiny. I mean, you can blame it on Call of Duty. You can blame it on tons of other things. You had tons of people playing this game. You banned everybody. Half of that community that you banned did not come back. It was a mistake.
Went back to Division 1.
Right, the big ban.
They went to Division 1.
A lot of people went back to D1.
Which is a better game.
Pretty much.
I miss D1 so much. I hop in once in a while, but I played it so much that I get kind of bored with it again quickly.
I can see that.
I played that thing, and a friend of mine introduced me to it. Was like, you got to get this game. I mean, it's so realistic. I mean, it was the reason I bought a PlayStation. I didn't even own a PlayStation until Division 1 came out. Wow. It's like, all right, well, I had a PlayStation 3. I did the PlayStation 2.
But you never upgraded.
Right. Like after 3, you know, you're engaged, you're working all the time. The last thing you're really thinking about is gaming.
Right.
And then he told me about it, and I came home and was like, yo, I'm about to get a PlayStation. She was like, all right, you know, I don't care. You're in the house. You're not out running the streets.
Right.
Go ahead and get us your PlayStation.
Keep my baby home.
I fell in love with Division. I mean, it was so much of a challenge in that game. Not just the gaming aspect of it, but the builds, because everything was wide open. You can put exotics with exotics. Ooh, what's this combination? I can do a whole exotic build. What does this do?
Right.
We're so limited in TD2. We were extremely limited.
Well, they took that from somebody. I know there's a game that you couldn't stack with your exotics.
Yeah, if it's in the game, put it. Let us go. But could you imagine the blabbermouth chatterbox with the blabbermouth talent with an eagle bear? People would have been crying left and right in the DZ.
Hell yeah!
This is completely unfair. But people cried anyway.
It's like that talent Berserk. They took it off.
Oh man, lovely.
They took it off. We till this day, I don't know why they did it. It's like, what's so wrong about it? It's too strong, or you're afraid that somebody's gonna make this crazy build that's gonna make the game just so difficult to kill somebody in the game, in the dark zone, or let's just say it's gonna make it too easy for open world or the summit or whatnot. You know, you're disabling skills that you added to the game. You take them out. Some people had an attachment to it. They were like, "Oh, I love this talent. I love this skill," and you had to mess it up.
Right.
You know,
always fucking with our builds.
It's like, okay, Massive. If you decide to make an update and you add 10 more levels, you know how many people are gonna get mad at you for doing that?
Right.
Like,
right.
I get it. It's 10 extra levels. Better high gear. Let's just say I hope it's better gear, because you never know. Oh no, it's level 50, but we'll still leave it at 15% instead of increasing it.
Right.
But I think you guys need to stop nerfing.
Stop it.
Need to stop investing in Summit.
Yeah.
Stop investing in rebalancing, because every single time you rebalance, you don't get it.
Shit breaks.
Everything breaks. Glitches come out. You guys give the people all the information out there to complete a raid, which is That
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. I love that.
I know you're trying to keep that under the rug, but people haven't forgotten about
Oh
Right.
hell
that.
no.
You guys keep saying, "Oh no, we're still investigating about, yeah, let's swipe it under the rug." And oh, hey, title update 12, yeah,
Right, yeah. Look this
title
way, right?
update
Some
12,
magic
yeah.
shit.
New weapons, gear, and skill variants coming with title update 12. Oh, wait. Let me keep sweeping it a little bit more under the rug.
hold on. Oh,
Hey
yeah.
guys, we just
Somebody
want to
brought
let
it
you
up.
we
Appearance
want to let you
mods.
we wanted to let you know the title update 12 is gonna have a PTS too. So let's come on, just keep throwing it under the rug. Let's
Yeah.
not forget about that. Let's make the people forget that we ourselves gave this information to beat the raid unlegitly, and still, because every single day that I go into the White House to go to the clan area where you check all your clan XP and everything, I pass by and I see that picture of the first people who beat the raid. Oh man, you're gonna
Yeah.
put a
Oh,
picture
wow,
of
they're
those
up there
guys
still.
Yeah.
in there. That's embarrassing. Like,
Yeah.
no, take
You-
that off.
Wow.
Take that off. Put some other players on there that will
World's
legit.
first.
And
Yeah, world's first. That. Wait a minute. Hold on. Do I have something? Okay. Give me a sec. I'm not done with this. It bothers me. It bothers me because
I agree.
a lot of people tried world's first. They tried it, and while we were stuck on boss 2, they were already on boss 4, wrecking the shit out of it. But hey,
Yeah.
this is massive. All right, guys. Here's the update. Here's the new raid. I hope you guys enjoy it. This and that. Just make sure that you just work as a team. They leave it like that. While on the other hand, off screen, hey, yo, guys,
Right.
it's right here. Here, have it. Fucking do it.
Playbook.
Fucking go ahead. Read all this shit and have this build, do this, use this skill. Oh, you're gonna clear it. You'll be number 1. But don't tell
Right.
nobody. Few days, day 2 of a completion. Oh yeah, we beat the raid and we got this information. Here you go, guys, so you can beat it too. Everybody
Yeah.
was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. I mean, he truly kicked the trash can over and let all the trash out, where he was like, I did damage glitch, didn't get banned.
Who's
My
he?
whole clan had access to information about this raid beforehand. I know somebody else did, but Master didn't give it to you.
Who's
Then
he?
who
though?
gave it to you? Because look, for anybody watching this, ever looking at this, or whoever does look at this, go look at that document that they had, and you will see how much of an advantage they had.
It's so hard to read. You're like, they give that
detailed.
much detail.
Right. It wasn't just this boss and a little lore on the boss. It was he comes out at this time, purple and red come out at this time, every 45 seconds. This happened, this code, this, wear this in this room and you'll survive. I mean, it broke down everything.
Yeah.
The only thing you had to do was execute it.
Yep.
That was it. Like it was studying a playbook. And once you know your playbook, you can go play fast.
Yep.
So they had to pause and wait a minute. What did they say on this page? Oh yeah, I forgot. Look, these guys come out every 45 seconds. So we only have to stay upstairs until this happens.
Yeah.
Once it happened, okay, we can all go downstairs now.
Yeah.
Like they had detailed information, detailed on every step of that raid.
And not to mention
how many elites come out, how many veterans, how many reds with the red.
Damn, they did that too.
They even just told them what gun each person had. Like elites come out with this, reds come out with the rockets. They come out at this time. Every 35 seconds they come out. I mean, they had it maxed down. I looked at that thing and all I did I got to Pfizer. Now I didn't read it until I beat it. Let me make sure that is clear. I didn't want to look at the document because I didn't want to be spoiled. Like for the first raid, a lot of people had already cleared it before I really got in there. You know, a lot of people were clans. So they could tell me, all right, we need you here, do this. Now, don't get me wrong, it was still a struggle to get it beat, and it was a struggle to get the Eagle Bear. Don't get me wrong, all that was a struggle. So when this raid came out, us as a clan and us as players were like, we don't want to know anything. We want to figure it out on ourselves and enjoy it instead of knowing what was ahead.
There's no point of knowing. It's already been, world's first was already done.
Yeah.
Now you
I got
take
into
it
an
in.
argument with somebody in Reddit about this group already beating it. And they're like, no, that'd be a PR nightmare. I'm like, look, honestly, I'm not upset if they already beat it because they should talk to players saying, hey, how is this? Should we change this and get feedback? I'm okay with that. But when you give a whole document to somebody and they admit to cheating on everything about the game and you do nothing, meanwhile, Joe Schmo gets all of his loot taken from a month back and you ban him.
Right.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I mean, you've shown favoritism. Why?
Yep.
Why would you do that? And look, this community is only so big. One person hears it, we're all gonna hear it.
Exactly. It's getting out.
It's gonna go down the pipe.
Hey, they kept it clean.
Gonna put it out.
Somebody
on Reddit's gonna put it out.
They kept it on the hush though, because they knew Dark Hour. The Dark Hours had the same shit.
Yeah, it just took them longer to beat it. Like they didn't know how much DPS they needed.
Yeah.
This one, they knew what guns to carry, what gear to wear. Like, where's the forge? Because with the shield health, this helps you on this tank. I was like, this is incredible. The detail in it. It came from somebody that built the game. You can't, even if it wasn't massive, somebody in that company passed that information along. That's not a data dump. Somebody went in there and grabbed a little bit of information. And the most you said about the investigation was, oh, it didn't come from us. That's it.
It didn't come from us.
And left it at that. Like, all right, move on. Life's too short or something. Like, we got no further answers. Lieutenant Light Buzzbeer. I love his videos because he's very honest about how he feels about the game. But he was on them for at least a good month. Every video he put out, hey, we still haven't heard anything massive. We still haven't heard anything about this cheating thing. What's going to be the repercussion of that? We still haven't heard anything about the cheating in the raid for a good month. Still nothing. Nothing came out.
Under the rug. I'm telling you, sweeping that under the rug. Let's just keep on sweeping more dirt under the rug.
Yeah,
With
they'll
the
forget all
Division
about
2,
it. They'll forget all about it.
With the Division 2, this game is just not suited to be the gaming as a service system with the looter shooter that goes this far in depth, where they have to get that fucking next product, the season out, the product, and just trying to add shit, and they only have that little window to get it out.